yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. That music is guaranteed to get me pumped every time I press the go live button. And here we are once again, everybody. Welcome to vidIQ, the creator obsessed YouTube education channel that every single Tuesday at a time of my choosing, we open our doors and welcome all of you creators into our learning theatre of fun, where some of you submit your channels, get a little vulnerable, get a little brave, and share with us and everyone else your channels, where we will offer our knowledge, our wisdom, our constructive feedback that's going to motivate, inspire, and arm you with the tools to take your channel to the next step. Everyone rejoice. And as always, I could not do this without today, my esteemed wingman and co-host. We alternate on the hosting duties, but today I welcome you to the one, the only, Mr. Dan. It's you, Dan. It's no one else. You are the Dan. Hey.
Oh, hey. Yeah. No, I've met a lot of Dans, so just get confused. Can people call me something else now?
We have met so many Dans recently, including one, if you go into our community tab, who I don't know when he's ever going to make an appearance, but wow, it got the forums talking about this new educator. We even got a super chat from it, which is so long ago that it's now disappeared and we can't bring it up on screen. But they were petitioning to have this new co-host do a channel review. Maybe somehow with AI, we will make that happen. Dan,
that super chat sounds about as real as that co-host.
Welcome back, Dan. Once again, how has your week been? How is the studio build going?
I found the gold play button, and so excellent. I put it on top of that sofa. That's a sofa, by the way. If you didn't know.
Nice. A silhouette sofa, I see.
Yeah.
What color is it?
Blob.
Blob.
It's blue, but it's just we're gonna get a light, and there's gonna be lights over here. It's gonna be awesome. So I'm excited to talk about it more soon.
We're all looking forward to it. We're all looking forward to our multiple camera angles. Pew, 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 pew. We've got these working now. How often we'll use them, I don't know. I'll likely forget to press all of those buttons. I've got an assortment, a festival, a cornucopia of things that I can do with all of my buttons and knobs and dials, and I always forget 5 minutes into the live stream. I'll try and remember to press some of them this week. We've got super chats coming in already. This is amazing.
Make it stop.
First of all, we need to get into the details of what this live stream is all about. If you are brand new here, do let us know in the chat. Our regulars, our original gangsters, the community posse quorum will welcome you in. But just in case this is all brand new to you, I can give you a 48-second explainer, and then we'll jump right into channel audits. Welcome to the vidIQ channel reviews live stream. Simply fill in the correct form in the video description and your channel will be considered for review during a live stream. Channel reviews are free, so no need to send us a super chat, and don't spam us in the live chat. We'll ignore it and you may be put in timeout. After the live stream, don't forget to download the vidIQ extension where you can get a custom channel audit, daily ideas, and an AI-powered video title generator. Link is in the description. If you submit your channel for review, expect the following. We are sharing nothing more than our knowledge, experience and passion as fellow creators. Thank you to all of our moderators who help us out on the live stream every week. You know who you are. Give us a like if you enjoy this live stream, subscribe if you love it, and share it with like-minded fellow creators. All right, let's get started. The housekeeping rules are as follows. We do not accept super chats for channel audits, but we do accept them as questions and shout outs, which Dan, in his role as wingman, will be starring those. Dan, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I'm not going to be looking at it probably that much, but we will spend 5 to 10 minutes answering those super chats throughout the live stream. Also in the description, we have a list of channel types that, while appropriate for YouTube, may not be appropriate for our channel audience, channel audit audience. We treat it as a universal audience, PG audience. So if it's something that's about guns or like dating and relationships, which maybe is a bit adult focused, then we will let you know. if we can't audit that channel, and we apologize for that in advance. And I would just say, if you are here and you want to learn something about channel auditing and reviewing your own channel, we do get hundreds of submissions every single week. Not every channel is going to be audited. We'll be honest and open and upfront right now with you. So I would suggest, if you possibly can, bring up your channel on a second screen, because many of the things we talk about, the fundamentals of YouTube, be it titles, thumbnails, channel focus, those are three big things that come up every single week. You can apply what we're talking about for a football channel or a beauty channel or a dollar haul channel and apply it to your tech channel, your travel channel, your fishing channel, etc., etc. With all of those housekeeping points in order, Dan, are you ready to audit our first channel?
Yes.
Yes, he says unconvincingly. Let's jump into it then. The first channel that submitted for the audits today through the forms that are in the description now. If you haven't already filled it out, do so, because you may be randomly selected later on. The first non-gaming channel to submit was Swizzy Edits. They have 400 subscribers, 78 videos. They're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I've picked the shorts tab, Dan, as what I think is a main focus. If I quickly go to their videos, they do seem to be posting maybe 1 or 2 videos a week, but with these videos about Technoblade and then Indiana Jones official trailer, and then if Andrew Tate was in Peppa Pig, this all seems a little bit random and odd, and there aren't that many long form videos. So I'm going to focus on the shorts to begin with, where there seems to be a bit more focus, as you can see, with it generally being about soccer. So just general thoughts on what you're seeing here for a channel of this size.
So I'm seeing a creator kind of appear in the shorts, and I don't know if that is the creator of this channel or not.
It is not. I do not believe it is. It's iShowSpeed, a very popular YouTuber.
Okay, so and iShowSpeed, if I remember rightly, they react mostly, right? Their whole thing is reacting. So reacting or editing reaction videos is kind of like so far removed from making original content that I worry about this channel for a couple of reasons. I worry about them for copyright reasons, but even if they are within the realm of fair use and no one's coming after them, I worry about them from the perspective of a channel that is relying very, very heavily on other creators doing work in order to make their channels into something. And we see channels like this all the time. So if you have a channel that's about edits, quote unquote, I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm just going to give you this reality right now. You are at the mercy of those forces that you can't control. You're at the mercy of people making content that is like worth your time to edit in the first place. And you're at the mercy of those creators not coming after you, especially like if you're going to cover Major League Sports in that way. So this content needs to be really transformative. It's okay to make memes and stuff out of things that have happened, but the more transformative your content is, the better chances you have of standing out as an original. And that's what you want. Like here at vidIQ, we want to help creators grow their channels. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, is to be an original, be somebody who, you're making something that nobody else can replicate somewhere else. So
I am sorry, go ahead. Oh, I was
speaking generally. Sorry. I was speaking generally just to put a bow on that. Because I've seen a lot of channels like this, and I just wanted to give like a general statement on channels like this, not really having dug into this one specifically, because we get a lot of channels every single week. They're like, I do edits. And a lot of times when I investigate them, they're not doing enough to make themselves stand out as originals.
So yeah, in terms of being an editor, you have to have a certain very individual stylistic skill in terms of the edits. I would say these are fair efforts. And what I am curious about is they call themselves Swizzy Edits. And then just on these last 2 videos, I see at the very top, all a light motion. Is that them or someone else? Again, that just leads to the mystery surround how much of their content is original or not. We see that they're taking clips from soccer. They're putting on a filter, which is presumably in an effort to maybe avoid any potential copyright issues. And generally, they seem to be montagey clips. I don't want to say right now that the creators should stop doing this, Dan, because I think at this stage in their YouTube journey, they're probably learning a lot of skills, especially in terms of editing and how to, I guess, structure videos and post on a regular basis. But I think this is what you're saying, is that over time, as there are so many of these types of channels out there, it becomes harder and harder to distinguish yourself. And even if you do meet the monetization requirements, there's going to be that big question of whether or not you're going to be able to earn ad revenue from it, given how much of this isn't original content.
Right. So that's the fear. I mean, it's hard to give like a growth advice, you know, because all I could say is like hit up the trends, and it looks like you might be doing that.
I think they are. Yeah. They tend to be focusing on the most popular soccer players, not necessarily recent events in soccer, but just like the most popular, Ronaldo, Messi. I'm sure, Dan, even you've heard of those two footballers. But maybe they're not covering like recent matches or like things that happened in recent matches, which might be like super trendy.
Yeah. So I would keep all those things in mind that we've talked about in terms of being more original as a creator on YouTube. And yeah, channels like this, the strategy is just volume and trends, following trends, publishing often. And you're risking a lot. You might already be outside the realm of monetization. You may already be at a point where you cannot get monetized, and it might be fine. You're still getting views. You're learning a lot. But I don't know. I am not saying that as a definite. I'm just saying when you go to apply for monetization, you may run up against that.
Indeed. Channel focus is there. We're very happy with that. And consistency, view counts seem to be fairly healthy. So there are, you know, if you don't dig under the surface like we are a little bit, the channel looks as if it's in good health, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But there's just that unknown future. As it gets more renowned, more popular, it's under more scrutiny from YouTube, and you know, the people who are in this content, what happens in the future there.
Right.
Swizzy edits there for our first non-gaming channel. We will now move to our first gaming channel of the week, and that is Ripeshown, if I pronounce that correctly. Gaming and entertainment. And we have that very familiar horror gaming channel here with the black deep backgrounds, the red kind of gory or like scare tactic font almost. What do we think, Dan, here in terms of where the channel's at? 400 subscribers, posting 2 or 3 videos a week. What are we looking at?
Yeah, I mean, getting hundreds of views. How many subscribers? 400? I mean, the numbers here look pretty good when you compare subscriber to view ratio, which is always like, we talk about how subscribers these days don't really mean anything for your channel, and they don't, but it's still a good indicator. Like when you have a good subscribe to view ratio, it means you're doing something right, because it still takes a while to accumulate subscribers. So well done there. I do feel like these thumbnails are very reminiscent of, you know, what we see in the horror genre. So not necessarily any problems there. I would say that you have a lot of data here, and so you can kind of look at what's been working, what's not. I usually would be concerned about red text on the thumbnails, for example, but you have some videos here that are kind of outperforming. Like one in the top right, there was 600 views, which is more than a lot of your recent videos. Red text, but it's easy to read because on a black background.
It's on a black background, yeah. So,
right.
So it's kind of acceptable, and there's also a gradient on it as well. It goes from red to orange, so I think we can almost give him a pass in this circumstance.
Yeah. When it comes to thumbnails, it's all about kind of communicating that clear message. And so there are people clicking on your videos. You are obviously doing a good job with your titles and your thumbnails in order to like entice them to watch. But there's also room for improvement as well. I think when you look at some of the top channels in this space, you'll probably find a difference in quality. And I would just continue chipping away at your skill set when it comes to thumbnails to try and improve the quality slowly over time. So you can hopefully start to see that snowball effect on your channel and grow and grow and grow.
If I do a search for Roblox horror, is it going to give us some decent thumbnails? Okay, so what they tend to do, and the few that we see, is that they really zoom in on the Roblox character, who may be brighter. I think this is a good example of how like it still has that dark, atmospheric, scary feel to it.
Right.
But they've increased the brightness of everything. So like instead of black walls, we have dark grey walls. And there's a nice contrast between light and dark between what we can see on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Not easy to do. Not easy to do. Certainly in the horror space.
There's one unique thing about Roblox, and it's that because Roblox is a game of games, like it's a game library, really. But there is a aspect of it there that's really unique in that everyone uses the same looking Roblox character, no matter what game they're playing. So that's why a lot of Roblox channels focus on having a Roblox looking character in their thumbnails. Because if I didn't know any better, I would say that this is not Roblox content. This is just other horror games I've simply not heard of before. So having that brand recognizability on your thumbnails is super, super important. So if you're playing something as popular as Roblox, you want it to look somewhat like Roblox. And I know you're kind of all capsing Roblox in the beginning of the title. You wouldn't need to do that if you put a Roblox character in your thumbnails, in my opinion. You could try it anyway, see how it goes. And then you have more room in your titles for the more interesting part. Because Roblox is not a very interesting thing. It's just you trying to remind people, oh, this is Roblox. So I'm saying you can do that with a thumbnail. I would test it out and just see how it goes.
Posting shorts on what looks to be a fairly regular, consistent basis. So they've got a nice mix. Yeah, like April 22nd. And there's about 6 videos, 6 shorts since then. So they're posting once or twice a day on shorts, which is awesome. It's good to see that they're building out on the platform, not just long form videos, not just shorts, both. Can we say the same for community tab? They are using the community tab as well a little bit. So starting to build there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily suggest this channel do live stream just yet, Dan. I think they've probably got their hands full with what they have right now. And me personally, I would start to think about live streams once you hit 1,000 subscribers, because that guarantees maybe 10 people concurrently watching.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of diverseness of content, they're in the right area while still being focused on Roblox horror content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of things going right here. I appreciate that they focused in on these types of games. It looks to me like I will get similar content when I come to this channel. If I subscribe to this channel, it's going to be the content I enjoy. They're not jumping around too much. So it's really, really good to see. It's a really strong start.
Boom, there you are. So that is Ripeshown. And now it's time for our first really annoying why is Rob interrupting channel audits. It's because every single week we do a little bit of gaming corner where we find out what you're all playing. So let us know in the comments what video game you're currently playing right now. Dan, I will throw it over to you to tell me yet again that you were playing either Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, or No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky's close. Still kind of on and off with that. But no, my RuneScape addiction's back pretty bad.
RuneScape, that's the one.
Yeah. So that's been a problem. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody about it. We're trying to work that out. And not much else, really. I'm just, yeah, I don't know, a few little things here and there, but not enough to like, that's the one that's kind of constant.
Drunken Dad Simulator.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah,
that sounds like something that'll last on Steam for like a week and then get pulled for some kind of horrible.
So, Dan, if you could just show some of the comments on games while I let people know that I successfully completed Super Lucky Tale. And, even though it is a very cartoony, kiddie platformer, if you just need a bit of escapism for a week to get away from something intensive that you've been playing, I recommend it. It's another one of those. It's on Game Pass. You would never buy it, but if you're on Game Pass, just download it and play it. What I've moved on to is another classic. It's on Game Pass. I'll give it a try. Ghost Song, I think it's called. It is a 2D Metroidvania game, and it's hooked me. I'm into it. It'll probably be a 10 to 15 hour romp around 2D shooting aliens and stuff. Have no complaints of it whatsoever. So give it a try. Or not. I still have God of War Ragnarok and what's it called? Horizon Dawn Forbidden West on the PS5, which at this rate, I'm never going to play on the PS5 because I'm just, Game Pass is just perfect. All right, so we've got a lot of people playing a lot of games, namely Minecraft and more Minecraft, it seems to be. But yeah, thanks for your input there. Let's now move to our next game, I think. And this game channel is going to be not next. What am I talking about? We're auditing channels, not playing video games. The next channel we are auditing is In and On the Net Fishing. Dan, I think you picked this one just before we went live, so introduce us to this channel.
Yeah, so you know, fishing channel with over 1,000 subscribers, which is really cool to see. Views a bit lower in terms of sub to view ratio. I would be looking for improvements if I was this creator. So I was going to suggest, just right off the bat, the first thing I noticed were the thumbnails. We have kind of a collage thing going on with these thumbnails. The latest one being a great example. So there's 3 different blocks of text. There's text with a red background, there's text with no background, and then there's text with a yellow background. And then after I get done seeing all the text, I see somebody standing there, not filling up too much of the frame. And then there's like stuff behind them. I can't tell if they're at an aquarium. I can't tell like what is behind them at all. I have no context. And they're holding something. Their arms are like in part of the thumbnail, and they're just kind of holding, I don't know, some metal that melted. I don't know what that is. So there's like a lot going on in that thumbnail. And then you read the title, Garmin Echo Map UHD something something fish finder. So now I know what it is. It's like a GPS device for being on like a boat and looking at fish. I think it's used to like kind of see under the water. If I remember right with these devices. I don't know. I don't really fish. I just know like a tiny bit about it. So the device should be the star of the thumbnail. And the only way I would say the creator should be in that thumbnail is if they want to make like a reaction to it. So the device is in a hand, like held up right to the camera. And then there's you separately cut out going, oh, like making like a reactive face to it. Or maybe you have face palm because it's a bad device, or you're so excited because it's such a cheap price. If you don't want to be in the thumbnail, you could have the device and then maybe the number that it costs, the price sitting on the screen with an arrow pointing at it. Like there's a number of ways you can do this thumbnail that are way more simple, would probably take you less time to actually make and communicate that clear message that we're talking about. We said about a gaming channel a little while ago, saying it about this fishing channel now. The thumbnails, the titles, it's all about communicating that really super clear message. So somebody doesn't have to read your title to kind of start to get interested in your videos, to kind of know what they're about. And then they stop scrolling and then they read the title and they're like, oh, okay, I am kind of looking for a new like fishing GPS or whatever it is. So then they click. It's not a long video, 15 minutes to review a product. Like that seems fair. So yeah, they'll give your content a chance. But right now you're kind of putting too much information in the thumbnail. All that stuff is probably relevant if I've watched the video. But remember, people looking at these thumbnails have not seen the video yet. So don't give them the whole video in your thumbnail. Collage thumbnails do this all the time. Like I talked about 5 different subjects. And so I'm going to put all of them in the thumbnail in one big pile. Don't do that. Pick one thing, pick the most important thing, pick the thing that makes for the best title thumbnail combination, and focus your thumbnails on that. Even if your video is like a top 5 list, like focus on one thing and you'll see a lot more clicks. You'll see a lot more success that way.
Yeah. What do you think the desire of this video is for the content creator? And the answer is probably something along the lines of helping you to find fish that you wouldn't otherwise find, or, you know, it reduces your fish finding time from 3 hours on average to 90 minutes. You know what? I guess put yourself.
What's the problem you're solving?
Exactly. Like what is the light bulb moment for the viewer in this video? And that's what you should focus on, as opposed to all of us, like from install to water testing. You probably don't need to tell people that in the title. That feels a bit clunky and like almost like a functional description, which should be in the video itself rather than trying to be sold here. It's
also obvious. Like if you're doing a full-blown review, I would kind of expect that content of the, you know what I mean, of the title itself. I would kind of expect you to install it and then try it out.
Now, why not just go to the thumbnail below, Dan? This is kind of the thumbnail we want to see, is it? See more. I think it's still a little basic, but the fact that you're showing us a huge fish catch in the thumbnail, I might be tempted to put something along the lines of the weight of a fish and it's how impressive the catch is, rather than how to catch carp, because you're probably repeating what's in the title, and you are. That feels a bit too much towards the SEO side of things. But from the emotional trigger of, wow, that's a big fish.
Yeah.
All right, this guy's going to teach us how to catch carp. I'm probably more likely to click on it. Generally speaking, I'm like, we could be proven wrong. This video might get more views because that's what happens on YouTube. But
over time, it might. But listen, like when it comes to how-tos like that, there's one problem. You are specifically catering to an audience that wants to catch carp. However, there are people who might want to just watch somebody catch carp and not care about the logistics of how to do it. They just want to see somebody who is a master at their craft doing their thing. So you have to weigh that. Every time you make a how-to video, you have to ask yourself, would this appeal to a broader audience if I framed it differently? And in this case, I feel like it would. I feel like there are way more fishing viewers than there are people who live on lakes and go fishing. So you could appeal that, you can have that video appeal to a much wider audience if you don't focus so much on how to, just one suggestion.
I think this extends to the titles themselves as well, Dan. I think they're just trying to tell us far too much on the marketing and the pitch. Somebody's scrolling through the feed, they see a fairly complex thumbnail, then they see a title which is 70 characters plus, and they've got to look at the thumbnail, read the title, and then they've probably got to do it again. Mm-hmm. So I think if anybody ever has to look at a thumbnail and I'll read the title twice, then it's not instinctive enough for your audience. How could we rewrite one of these? Let's just take one that we haven't looked at, Dan, so we're kind of starting afresh here. Floating a worm off the bottom of trout fishing. Use a worm blower. So, complete layman, this is bait to catch fish. So, is that title to appeal to that desire?
Catch more fish with this.
Catch
and this is you holding the bait in the thumbnail.
Do this to double your fish catch in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
that's a title we've used at YouTube with vidIQ, like double your subscribers in 5 minutes. It just has more immediacy. Mm-hmm. Now, having said all we said, Dan, we've passed 1,000 subscribers. Excellent. They do have some videos that just creep into 1,000 views. There's one here where I think it's not to do with search engine optimization at all. It looks like we're trying to tell a story, and it looks like they were caught by the cops, or the cops were called on them. Again, like, it's just far too much over-explaining, I think, in a thumbnail and title, but the story there seemed to work. They're really focused on their topic. They're creating plenty of content. They do videos. They do shorts on what looks to be a fairly regular basis with consistent views as well. So again, positives all across the board here for the channel, but I think a simple word here is for titles and thumbnails: simplify. Mm-hmm. I'll do picture. It's really annoying, that, isn't it? Like, why does YouTube not allow us to do landscape images in community tab? It's just annoying. Really annoying. Anyway, there you go. All right, folks. I have a public announcement for all of you right now.
We need some like shopping mall music behind you when you're doing this.
What I need you to do, everybody, is direct yourself to www.vidiq.com/generate. Now, if you can't be bothered typing that in because you are lazy, I have put a link in the description of this live stream. So head on over there right now. It does not matter if you are signed into vidIQ or not. It does not matter if you're on Pro, Boost, or Free plan. You may never have encountered vidIQ before. It does not matter. This is going to work for you. It's our new tool called the AI Content Generator. And what it's going to do with just a couple of words is prepare the next video for you. Now, Dan, can you remember what season we're in Fortnite?
No.
Damn. Well, I'm going to guess.
Wait, I played Fortnite for 100 days. 100 days videos are like really popular right now.
I'll do Fortnite 100 days, right? So that's what I'm doing. But what would you do if you were searching for your channel? Let's find out together. As you can see, it's generated a title already. Those are the keywords if I want to copy and paste them and have a job done in 5 seconds. That's your description. We are ready to copy and paste that into our video. We have a script to kick us off for a game on Fortnite that might be titled Surviving 100 Days in Fortnite, the Ultimate Challenge. And hopefully it's going to create some thumbnails as well very, very soon. But in the meantime, when my computer comes back, I pause there for a second, it has created a voiceover. If you are not confident speaking to camera, or you need help dictating, we've got a voiceover right here for you to start using. I'm going to have to refresh it because irritatingly it didn't create the thumbnail templates for me. So let's just do that again. But I'm assured that this will work this time. But it doesn't matter because it's completely free to do this. So for whatever type of channel you have, just type in a couple of words that are going to help you generate and plan your next YouTube video. And it's free to use. vidIQ.com/generate. Right now, this is version 0.1. It is going to be a tremendous tool that gets better and better every single day because it's learning. So do make sure to send us your feedback either right here, right now, or to a customer service here at vidIQ. But I thought I'd just introduce you to the content generator because it's free for you to use right now. And with that public service announcement complete, let's move on to our next channel, which goes by the name of Under Control. 2,000 subscribers, teaching web development with some smiley emojis. And Dan, again, I think you picked this one before we went live. I'm seeing lots of technical jargon that I do not understand, but what I do understand here are some very encouraging view counts for some of these videos.
Yes, and you'll notice right away the videos that are doing better are the ones about Discord. And so I picked this one because I've seen a lot of channels like this. This is just kind of the simple advice of like doubling down on what's already working. They probably have a lot to offer people that's outside of Discord, like other programming techniques and tricks and things like that. But those don't perform nearly as well as hosting your own Discord bot, creating an AI bot in Discord. Discord is very versatile. It's used in a lot of different industries. It's not just a gaming chat room. And you can see that by some of the views this channel's getting. There's, if I'm reading that right, 108,000 views.
Yeah,
from
an outlier here. Well, look at this. So they did a video about creating a ChatGPT chatbot in Discord, 7,500 views. They doubled down on that. 108,000 views, which is incredible. And then this is one of these moments where you say to yourself, as an experienced creator on YouTube, why didn't you just postpone the content you had planned and double down on what was a trending moment, which you clearly have knowledge and experience in, which could have brought in tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. Given how much there is to take in with AI right now, I'm sure there could have been a series of 5 to 10 videos on that topic. But instead, they went back to balance command, auto robots, daily commands. Just feels like an unfortunate missed opportunity there.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of missed opportunity, which is fine. Like we all, like as creators with like specific skill sets, we all want to like try different things on our channels to, you know, try to grow on YouTube and also branch out a little bit. We don't want to like pigeonhole ourselves into like one topic sometimes. So I get that as like from a programming perspective. I understand why you have more to offer than just Discord bots and Discord tricks and tips. But Discord is like a thing that people use every single day. It makes sense. It makes sense as to why people are coming to your videos and specifically looking at the Discord ones. Like when we looked at those most popular ones, we saw it was pretty much all Discord. So instead of like, instead of videos that are more like generic in terms of like learning JavaScript, can you, if you want to branch out, can you give advice about other popular programs that you can edit in certain ways? You can like make bots and different mods and stuff for Discord. So what else can you do that with? that would be my suggestion to getting out of like Discord world if you're looking to do more. Like functions in JavaScript is like very valuable, and maybe over time like search picks up. Functions to do what though? Like being specific and trying to solve a specific problem, like JavaScript to do what? And you have the capability of teaching that, so you were specific in the Discord videos, but you're not as specific in some of the other programming examples on your channel. And that might be why. I don't think you are just a Discord programming creator. I think you're a creator who teaches valuable programming information, but on specific things rather than more general. I would do both. Build up that library of general programming content, but then your stuff that's going to bring in a lot of new people is like the, really trendy stuff like Discord.
What about tying in AI plugins to other tools beyond Discord as well, Dan? Mm-hmm. I mean, the stats here from vidIQ tool, which is free. If you want to download it, it'll give you the channel stats. We can clearly see that in the last month, the channel is flourishing. 100,000 views. They've got more than half of their subscribers, I think, in the last 30 days. And I've only uploaded 3 videos. I go back to this video here, which I think it said it was still getting 22 views per hour. Where has it gone now? I've lost it. Well, last time I was here, it said it was getting 22 views per hour. So I'm sure that this is still the most popular video. So Dan and I may be giving you conflicting ideas. I think you can try either or both. I would be looking to get a follow-up ChatGPT in Discord video out as soon as possible. Given there was 200 comments in that video, there's plenty to follow up on. Or more general chat GPT videos out, because we're at the very beginning of this, and very soon it's like the start of YouTube Shorts, almost, if you think of it from a trending point of view. It's bigger than that. It's not going yet, and it's bigger than that. It's not going anywhere. It's going to dominate conversation. I'd say we're at the bottom of a bell curve where, like, we've got the early adopters coming in right now, and when people like the average person on the street who I know works in finance and they do Excel spreadsheets and then all of a sudden they realize that they've got to use ChatGPT to stay up with the curve and how to use these tools. That's all coming in the next, I'd say, 6 to 18 months. This is the equivalent, in my own opinion, of when computers came on the scene and we use them in business all the time. The people who were using pen and paper to like your bank example, to do banking, had to suddenly learn how to use computers and spreadsheets on computers and things like that. This is that. Like, we're entering a new era where everyone kind of needs to learn how to use this to stay ahead of the curve, depending on what industry you work in. And Indeed. So this is like such a good place to be right now as a creator who understands it on a deeper level, who can not only do like, who not only is good with prompts with ChatGPT, but can teach people how to put it in somewhere else. Here, ChatGPT for your Discord bot, like, mind blowing. Like, so you're already in a really good spot. But yeah, I completely agree. That is definitely an avenue this creator could and should explore. Everyone, settle down. I have another public announcement. We have another co-host joining us imminently. Let us know in the chat who you think it is, because I'm revealing them in... Is it Danbert? Say Danbert. Danbert. Hey! Bruh. It's Jeff. Oh. Bruh.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Hey, Jeff. How's it going? We are very well, thank you. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining us very early in your time zone. It's very much appreciated.
Yeah, definitely.
We are just moving on from a channel that has... focusing on Discord, has had a couple of very interesting videos where they integrate ChatGPT into Discord, 100,000 views. They haven't really followed up with it. We were just saying how awesome ChatGPT potentially is. Give us your 20-second take on ChatGPT and why we should all be trying to adopt it right now.
Well, I mean, I like it, especially just for, well, as a creator, I like using it as a tool, almost like an assistant or a coworker. I don't let it make content for me. I don't let it make decisions for me, but I let it help me with ideas and refining ideas and things of that nature. So if there's ways that they can integrate it into Discord, That's pretty dope. Like, I didn't realize that people were doing it. I figured other people were doing, like, there's like was it Midjourney who's doing like the AI stuff through Discord. But if I could see a way that they could use ChatGPT as like some sort of a bot to help you in your server, you piqued my interest. As soon as I came in and I heard you saying that, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I might have to check that out. So yeah, you've already piqued my interest.
This is how I'm using it right now. I asked ChatGPT to do 10 never have I ever jokes from a perspective of a YouTube creator. And one of these I actually quite liked. Never have I ever forgotten to insert a mid-roll ad in my videos. That's actually pretty good. This is probably the best one, though. Never have I ever regretted choosing clickbait over a genuine title. That's me all over. So yeah, it's cool. You know what we should do next? Let's get the music playing. It's there in the background. I can hear it. It's all chill out. Some smooth music, or at least I think you can hear it. We're going to do some super chats. OMG. Whoa. OMG. There are quite a few super chats there, but as we all know, with a super chats, you get the funky lights in the background, which are turning green.
Hey.
There's a bit of a delayed reaction there, but woof. All right, so. Thanks, Jeff. Do you have a longer version of that?
Yeah, well, it plays out. I just cut it off really quick.
No, you got to do it again now. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Dollar. All right, there's a copyright claim we're going to get. Let's do some super chats. How are you all doing? I just started YouTube. Welcome, Sean Savani, to YouTube. Spread your word. Build your tribe. Make an impact.
That should be their new tagline.
Yeah, maybe.
That's great.
Dan, what's the next one?
Vintage car history. 2 years into this, and I only have one video that is more views than my sub count. Yeah, solid growth, but nothing outstanding. Thoughts? I like that as a concept for a channel, by the way. Like, I like the little picture they have there. Vintage cars history. That's like really cool.
I think we may have audited their channel. I mean, we'll have to go and investigate a little bit more. I mean, the obvious thing is the video that's got more views and subs. Can you make a follow-up on that? Like, how is there an opportunity to maybe to double down on that? That would be my suggestion there.
Agreed.
We've got the super sticker from Abdullah Madeli Vlogs, but unfortunately StreamYard doesn't show us the super sticker, but I'm sure you saw it in a chat when it went past. I'm also trying to see, because StreamYard doesn't tell us if they are new first-time super chats, so I'm going to try and remember to look at that in our other screen if I can. We've just got 20,000 IDRs. That sounds like a lot of money, but I don't know what the conversion rate is. Whatever, Zona Tutorial, hello from Indonesia. Thank you for the awesome super chats. Dan, who else have we got next?
We have Shan. I hope I'm saying your name right. That's my mistake. I just read the rules. Thank you. I don't know what rule they broke, but they felt so bad about it, they gave us a super chat.
I think they're assuming that they would have got a channel audit with super chat. That's my guess anyway.
Thank you for your super chat. And then Cole gave us a super. Thank you. And Adventure Rome gave us a super. Thank you.
That was his first super chat, and also the first super chat as well for Adventure Rome X as well.
And then Mr. D4T4. I started making content about a month ago, and a fellow creator sent me your YouTube channel for some tips. I have really appreciated your insight and direction. Thank you. Sorry. You guys rock.
Hey, shout out to your friend.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Appreciate
also
it.
You.
Yeah.
Next one.
Am I still going? Oh.
It's going so fast. Oh, you've just started some more, Dan. So, no, you deleted some. Right. Reveal at, I can't even read that. The channel name's like several words.
Revelation with someone. Sorry.
Yeah.
But the question's good. How to grow your podcast using the new feature. So I don't know if you guys have thoughts on this. I definitely have some thoughts.
I have no thoughts on it because podcasts just scare and intimidate me.
I would say you're going to grow your podcast with the same advice that we would give for growing any video on YouTube. And that is to cater your podcast episodes to a specific person who has a specific interest or a problem or whatever. And you're going to use the podcast playlist feature to put your podcast on YouTube Music and help categorize it on YouTube as a podcast. But that's it. The new feature just helps collect all of your podcast episodes appropriately so that people can see very clearly, oh, that's a podcast. But it doesn't, as far as being a growth tool, the only other growth opportunity is YouTube Music, which you could not previously get your podcast onto. And now YouTube is going to even eventually open up RSS feeds so that you can get your podcast on YouTube Music without being actually on YouTube, which is kind of nice as well. So just worry about making videos, podcasts that, are valuable to people, and then make shorts. Take clips from that and use YouTube Shorts to get more people in the door. Do not put those shorts in your podcast playlist. Just leave the podcast playlist for your long form podcast episodes and use the rest of the channel to do shorts and things like that to get people in the door.
My lights have broken. Why have I broken? Let's change the temperature on them. There we go. Right, maybe that'll work when we next do a sound effect. I love these types of super chats. No people, no problems. 2 weeks ago, you reviewed my channel, and after applying, that is the key word, applying the suggested changes, I reached about 200 subscribers on the goal of 1,000 subscribers. You are welcome. Continue to grow. We look forward to maybe auditing your channel in the future when you've grown a little further. All right. This is my favorite channel name to pronounce, but I want to hand this over to Jeff this time because I don't think he's done it yet. So, Jeff, who are we speaking to here?
You want me to butcher the name? That's what you were saying, right? Jeff, butcher this name, sir.
I can do it.
So, Bonsai for Amfanger dash Holger aus der Steiermark.
I think that's a good effort.
€5. Do you think thumbnails will still play an important role in the future, or will they be replaced by video previews? Personally, I think thumbnails are going to continue, at least as far as our regular videos. Even though we are getting access to thumbnails on Shorts, thanks to Rob and Dan for dropping that video. But I think they're still going to play an important role. I don't think they're going to be replaced by video previews. I think they're going to be integrated as both. But when a screen is just scrolling, you're still going to have that static thumbnail, and that is going to be still a key to success, at least for now. At some point, if YouTube decides to say, hey, you know what, no more thumbnails, they're going to be taking something off our plate, which is like, hey, cool, one less thing to do. But now your thumbnail is going to be the first 15 seconds of your video. So I think that's actually going to be harder work than creating a thumbnail. But that's just my thoughts.
Here's my angry demand to YouTube, and I'm going to be so angry that it's going to be in a different voice. So I don't know if you can hear it, but
YouTube, when are you going to double down on thumbnails so that we can do A/B testing and other awesome things that we could do? Like we could make 3 thumbnails and test them all independently at exactly the same time. That's what I want.
Did anyone understand anything I just said? I don't know.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, it was there.
YouTube, do it now!
Did anyone understand that?
Anyway, so is it better to be proactive in establishing partnerships with brands or wait for brands to approach you first?
Ooh, that's a Jeff question, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so proactive, man. So one thing that I learned from our friend Justin Moore is that we don't have control of our inbox, but we have control of our sent folder. So you can be actionable in reaching out. So you definitely should be proactive and following up. And after you have a successful partnership, always follow up with them. Try to get a review from them. And that way you can share that with future potential partners. But yeah, absolutely be proactive because, the worst they can say is no. But if you're not asking, you don't even have the opportunity. So, yeah.
And Jeff, where did you learn this sage advice from Justin Moore? It feels as if it was a very well prepared conversation that could be very valuable to creators.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So Justin actually was a guest on our vidIQ Max program.
What's that?
So
right answer.
Yeah, that is our group coaching program that we offer here at vidIQ. And we have now over 40 sessions with many different experts, including Justin, who did a 1 hour session with us, not only explaining his program, his way of doing things, and he is a sponsorship guru, coach, however you want to say it. But he also sat with us for an additional half an hour, just doing a Q&A, and it was super, super valuable. So, but yeah, he's one of the many experts that we've had, and definitely has taught me lessons, and I have. It's been very fruitful for me personally as a creator.
All right, let's do one more super chat, and then we'll get to the other ones later on in a live stream. Trivia drop quizzes. What editing software is best for live streams? As I am considering running live quizzes, I was thinking of XSplit, but would like some advice. Dan, I feel as if you may be most qualified to answer this. Doesn't OBS now have a plugin that helps you with this, or am I imagining it?
Well, they have a lot of plugins. OBS, Open Broadcast Software. It's people make stuff for it all the time. When you say editing, I'm gonna assume you mean like encoder. So because you're not really editing a live stream. So OBS is the one a lot of people go to. And then if you're doing live quizzes, you can like do a search. There's like I think a couple different companies that like specialize in that. Live quizzing features on live streams, Twitch, YouTube, wherever. So yeah, I would say OBS. It's a bit of a learning curve. XSplit's nice because it's a bit more put together in terms of like its UI, so it's pretty easy to kind of get in there and understand what it does. But OBS, there's plenty of tutorials out there, and once you learn it, it's free, and you'll really like it, and you'll love how customizable it is once you start getting into the world of plugins. So those would be my suggestions for encoders.
All right, that is the final super chat for now. You can keep sending them in. We have a lot to get through, and we'll do our best to get through all of them. We will go back to our regular programming now, and most weeks, Viper, who you often see on this live stream, runs a thumbnail contest on Twitter. So if you haven't already joined us on Twitter, make sure to follow. This would be another way to get your channel selected for audits. And we have a winner from the thumbnail contest last week called ArchDamage. And so we are going to audit their channel right now, where they have literally taken a screenshot of their channel profiles and then a goal of first to 10,000. And let's have a look at the videos.
It's a competition with another creator. You see that? That's what the two creators' icons are.
Is that what they're doing? They're trying to get
cool.
10,000 each.
They're racing to 10K.
Interesting. I'm not sure how helpful that is to just like the average viewer who's visiting their channel for the first time, but hey, why does that matter?
Content. Yeah.
Because the view counts look incredible, Dan, for a channel of this size. An outlier here, 53,000 views. They are a content creator that is not making a lot of content right now. We've talked about posting schedule and consistency. Dan, you are an advocate for saying publish at a rate and a cadence that helps you as a creator, as opposed to me, who goes more down the quantity side of things to learn, although I don't think this creator needs help. But 3 videos in the last year, I feel as if that might be a stumbling block for the channel, but just your thoughts on the channel.
No, they're just taking their time a little bit, right? They're just trying to like make good content. 3 videos a year is probably, even for me, probably not the best cadence. Especially when you're coming to us and saying, well, hey, vidIQ, like, how am I supposed to grow? Like, what are your tips? There is something to be said for, making videos like that. That is going to be the key to more opportunities to grow. Now, if once a month or something is enough time for you to put together a video of this quality, like, that's fantastic. Like, because I'm already seeing, without even hearing the audio, the quality of this is amazing.
Very high quality editing. Yeah.
There is one thing I'll say about that. When you do challenges like this, where you kind of take the game and you have extra rules and stuff, it looks like this creator is doing this. Make sure you keep those extra rules as simple as possible for the audience to understand. And those fun animations and stuff are a good way to do that. They just kind of like help explain things in a way that people can hopefully remember throughout the 18-minute video, or in this case, 8-minute video. But yeah, that's whenever I see gaming challenges, which is a great way to grow on YouTube. It obviously is working for this creator when they do post. That's the biggest stumbling block, is people who have really complex scenarios they're putting themselves through, and they can't explain them quickly. Like, so kudos to you to kind of putting together that intro that kind of explains what's happening in the video and why this one's different than other Minecraft videos. And kudos to you for taking Minecraft and doing something different. You're not just playing the game. You're not just doing PvP. You're not just building a base. You're like, I'm going to play the game, but like, we're going to add some different barriers here. We're going to add some different bits of intrigue. It's paying off. It's paying off for a channel with less than 5,000 subscribers. This is incredible progress. I'd love to see them upload more.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks. So I know it sounds simple, Dan, but at this point, are we saying to this creator, whatever consistency / cadence you feel as if you are comfortable with? To me, it feels like 1 video a month. For the next 6 months, they should simply aim to make 6 very high quality Minecraft videos, which are however unique you want to continue to be, because it's clear that you have an audience that enjoys the content. And if you succeed in doing that, I wouldn't be surprised if you are starting to touch that 10,000 subscriber goal. I guess what you could try and do is be a little strategic in potentially posting like maybe 3 or 4 shorts in between the long form content that are just some fun, quirky, humorous clips from the long form pieces of content, if you feel as if they fit and work within the shorts confines of vertical format video. That might be something just to experiment and means you're getting a little more exposure for your content. But other than that, it seems like the fundamentals are there. It's committing to consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. Yeah. This is like the less is more approach, which I'm totally with. And being that, you know, they've got 12 videos, but already surpassed 3,000 subs. Good for them. And they're getting excellent views. And that's one thing that I want to make sure that everybody hears is a lot of people ask the question of how do I get more subs? You're asking the wrong question. How do you get more views? Right. And that's by making videos that resonate with a particular audience, right? Because you need views in order for people to see you, in order to get subbed to your channel. So don't put the cart before the horse.
And this is their competitor in this race to 10,000, who is posting at a more regular cadence. I think 1 video every 2 weeks or 1 every 3 weeks. And they're starting now to really build momentum with each video that they release, which is pretty cool to see for them.
That's the difference between the 2 channels, in my opinion. It's just this one's uploading more frequently. Even though they don't have as many videos. They're just, you know, they started maybe recently, or they've privated old videos, but that consistency is going to make it so they kind of win this race to 10K. But I want ArchDamage to win. Like they came to us asking for advice. So that's what we got for you.
Especially in the gaming genre and Minecraft genre, which is so saturated and so competitive. They've proven that they can succeed with their content.
Yeah.
So don't waste this opportunity. You know, when you have spare time that you are able to contribute to making content, if you want to take YouTube seriously, then this is where you should be focusing your efforts. As long as you don't burn out, just keep it below the burnout threshold, if that's possible.
I love that they're a Minecraft channel, and they're like, not only are we going to do the most popular game on YouTube, we're going to like get thousands of views doing it, and we're gonna make a race to 10K subs. Like this is great. We see Minecraft channels all the time, and it's so powerful to see like how many views these videos have for creators that are relatively unknown in the Minecraft space.
Yeah, especially new channels where you have a space that people say is saturated. Oh no, you can't grow a channel. There's too many. No, it's saturated with subpar content, for lack of a better word. But unique content, challenging. You know, it's targeted an audience, it's entertaining. You know, there's not enough of that. There's not enough of that to go around.
Yeah.
Folks, we had another competition that we ran this week, and it was ran in the last 12 hours, really. Well, when did I post this? 5 hours ago. Basically, I wanted you all to caption one of my favorite GIFs of all time. And I have some of the best entrants. Maybe not the winners, but some of the best entrants. And we're going to read some of them now, if I could just find out where they started. So, Here are some of the almost one entrants. Only spent 15 minutes on a short, and it's getting more views than expected. Pretty good. Pretty good. Jeff, what's the next one?
When you see that YouTube finally allows custom thumbnails on shorts.
Nice.
That is kind of correct. You have to upload it through the mobile app, and only when you upload it, and you can't change it afterwards. But it's a step in the right direction. Dan, what's the next one?
When you're gaming and your parents say 5 more minutes than off to bed. What? That's not the reaction I would
How
get.
often do you like when you were younger? How much more time did you just squeeze out of it? I used to get like another 20 minutes out of it. But
Yeah,
it is
probably
sad.
about
It
that.
is sad when look, Jeff is on fire with us. Jeff just needs to be our sound effects guy. I love it. I love it.
No, I used to get that all the time, man, when they used to tell us, okay, only 10 more minutes, only 5 more minutes, and I'm just like, no, especially when I'm thinking about it, is in the pre-save era, right?
Yeah, I was thinking the
yeah.
same thing.
Now this
Jeff.
is just
Absolutely.
dating ourselves here. So for you younger gamers, you may not understand this part of gaming history, but there was a time when we would play console games and you could not save because saves did not exist. So you had to play, and there was no, hey, I made it to level 5. If you turn that console off, you would have to start over.
You didn't make
There
it to
was
level
no
5.
saving. You'd be start over at level 0. So just throwing that out there. That was painful. Like I remember my mom turning off Mario, the original Mario Brothers game, when I was at like level 4-1 or 4-2 or something like that. Man, I damn near cried, for lack of a better word. I was legit hurt, man. Like it was a sad day, man. It was just one of the worst. If I remember this nearly like 35, 36 years later, you know it's a core memory.
Yeah, that was formative.
I tell you, the game changer for me was when you can just literally turn off a console and then it just you jumped straight back in. You know, you don't even have to save anymore.
Yeah,
that's
we don't really
just
turn off now.
That's just amazing now. Yeah. Anyway, so all this time, the algorithm was the audience we made along the way. You are so right. When you finally make a video and it doesn't get demonetized, I wonder who struggles with that type of scenario. Who knows? Who knows? That moment you figure out that end screens actually work. That is so true. I had that revelation about 2 years ago now, and I
About when you made this GIF?
swear by end screens. Here's another one to do with parents. Me as a student in front of my parents trying to pretend that I am preparing an assignment while a laptop is literally off. Literally off. Not going on anything going on there. Bro. Jeff, what about this one?
When Rob loves your caption and gives you a free channel audit.
Close.
Nice.
Close, but not close enough for an audit. Dan, this one.
The moment you realize how helpful looping the end of a video is for watch time.
That is correct. That is correct. We did a recent video on that. I like this one. My click-through rate just went from 1.3% to 1.4%.
Hey.
Every
Nice.
percentage counts. Dan, I don't know if this one's close to your heart.
Oh, when Premiere Pro rendered a video for the first try. With my old PC, yes. Yeah, that was a common issue.
That's how it feels, right?
Oh, dear. I love this. I love the sound effects. Point of view, receiving the glorious welcome to the YouTube Partner Program email. Yes, good times, good times. And the winner, finally, we got through all of the good entrants. I mean, can you believe, like, I think 450 people entered this competition. But the winner was Kevurx. When your 10 of 10 video suddenly becomes a 9 of 10 video.
Yep.
We do get that. I can't carry on with these sound effects. Brilliant, brilliant. All right, so this channel, who I can't really pronounce, Kevurx, is the winner. They have 1,000 subscribers. Sub for Minecraft more. I think the title of the channel banner is one of these interesting channels where they literally have no views on some of their videos. Now, this might be because they're churning out an incredible amount of long-form identified content. Even this 14-second video is identified as a long-form piece of content, presumably because it's in a landscape. All of these videos in the last 2 days. Not only that, they are doing shorts. And these shorts are actually getting a acceptable amount of views. But like, when was the last one of these shorts made? So in April 23. So they're doing a lot of content. You know, I talk about sometimes doing quantity to learn, but this feels like it's far too much quantity where they're not necessarily even learning anything. They're just churning it. It's like a sausage factory, just rolling out sausage after sausage with no change in the taste or the quality. Yeah. And it seems to be showing in their view counts.
Yeah, it's borderline spammy when you throwing up this much content. I would really, especially with shorter videos like this that are being identified as regular videos, if anything, I would take a less is more approach, and I would put some of those together, right? Like if it's a day 1, day 2, day 3, put a week together and have it as an actual video that's over a minute long that somebody can sit down and watch, because you're already doing shorts. So, you know, I don't know, wide format shorts. I don't know. To me, it's a very odd strategy. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out.
There's too much going on. I don't know why someone would subscribe to this channel, which is to say, like, if you're trying to grow an audience of people who are going to come back consistently, like, you can't do that when you're just making content for nobody. Essentially, I'm not seeing the target audience for the entire channel. Maybe each individual video has like someone you think you'd like to reach with this, but I don't know. It's very, very difficult to see that. Maybe fans of Wordle, but
when Wordle was popular a year ago, when it first got out, and then there's this concerning outlier. They jumped on a trend, not really maybe contemplating how that trend could completely shift the tone and the focus of the channel.
Yep.
This was a quarter of a million views. I don't know if people are still watching it, but you know, if you imagine that you got a quarter of a million views out of this, and then you probably got 1 million impressions after this video that were all about playing Wordle or Counter-Strike, more video game playing. It's just one of those classic moments where the viral moment for this channel has probably negatively impacted the long-term growth and sustainability of the channel.
Yep. And this is why the lesson to be learned here is, in case you ever have a video that takes off like that, it should be about the topic that your channel is about, right? Because if you have a video that goes quote unquote viral, but it has nothing to do with what you've been talking about on your channel this whole time, are you really ready to make that pivot and make that switch and only talk about that topic moving forward? Probably not. So when you're making a decision of what content to put on your channel, you need to run it past this filter. Would my audience care about this? And if it doesn't apply to your audience that you've been targeting, then don't make that video, or make that video and put it on a different channel.
Now, when I look at the shorts, there does seem to be more focus and consistency in that they're always doing videos. What looks to be some of the humorous moments on CSGO. And each of those videos tend to get 1,000 views plus. But then they occasionally throw in a cat video. And again, there's just that interruption of consistent content. And then whatever this is, a random number generator. They did how many shorts just generating a random number? So what do we say to this channel then? For the next 3 or 4 days, just stop making videos, especially long form pieces of content. Sit down and ask yourself, what should the viewer be expecting from video to video? And is there an audience for that today? Because with Wordle, it looks as if there isn't. Start making videos consistently on that topic, but not 7 long form pieces of content per day, which is the current cadence.
When I see a channel like this, my question for the creator behind it is, what do you like? Because right now it feels like you like the idea of being a YouTuber. I want to make videos. I want people to watch the videos. But what do you specifically like outside of YouTube? Like, what's something that you like when people get you talking, like they can't shut you up about it? Because that's going to be a more like focused channel. Whatever that is, that's what you should make YouTube videos about. But being a YouTuber and putting up videos for the sake of being a YouTuber and putting up videos, that's not a strategy. That's not kind of anything. That's how you get advice from us that's like, well, what's this channel even about? And we want to offer more. We want to talk about your thumbnails and your titles and different, more nuanced strategies, but we kind of stop and go, well, we're not there yet, you know? So what do you like in life? What's the thing that you love, or multiple things that you love? Pick one and then look for content about it. Try and find an audience that also likes watching videos about that topic, and then learn from the creators who are the masters in that topic and start to make videos like that. And this would have to probably be at this point on a new channel. But when you're ready to take that step, everything's going to change for you. That's when YouTube is going to click. That's when it's going to make the most sense, when you start to focus on that specific audience. And it all starts with what you like.
That is Dan's knowledge bomb of the week. And if you thought that was valuable information, then please do make sure to like the live stream, because right now 100 of you watching have not done that, which is very, very disappointing.
Bruh.
I knew it.
Indeed.
I knew it was coming.
Next channel we're going to audit. Now, this may confuse you because we said earlier on that there are some channels that maybe aren't appropriate to audit. And when we look at this channel and some of the titles such as when you cook your dog and it's something, or I promise he's friendly, or like I cooked my guinea pigs, or I got a guinea pig on my Whopper. This sounds a little weird and risque and scary and perhaps inappropriate. And then when you actually watch one of the shorts, you get a laugh out of Jeff. So this is a very left field alternative channel, the Guinea Pig Adventures. It works. The channel has 35,000 plus subscribers. Deep into this now, nearly 700 views. I guess the question is, why does this channel work?
I think they're doing something that probably people haven't seen a lot of. They're scrolling on shorts. There's guinea pigs in a frying pan. You know, there's funny music behind it.
Guinea pigs are cute.
Tasted amazing, and yours can taste good too with just a few spices.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, you got to add seasoning. I mean, who eats a guinea pig without seasoning?
On your stove and on the floor, and don't do what I did, because I cooked my.
No, there's a loop there as well.
Yeah, they're experimenting with loops and storytelling. I just try to ensure your audience that your guinea pigs are fine and you treat them with love and care.
Well, guinea pigs were harmed in the making of this short.
Yeah, let's hope that is true.
Oh dear God.
And number two, I saw a dish so bad saying that it takes more water if you hand wash. So just put them in the dishwasher, select the normal cycle, press start, and they'll be squeaky clean. Reason I put my...
Just kind of putting a disclaimer on it. Yeah, so I guess it's like you're brushing up to that safety zone, the community guidelines.
Yeah.
So there is a possibility that there may be some false positives. Like all of a sudden you just get one which is flagged and you think it's fine and you probably know it's fine, but because you're doing this so often, there is that risk that it might just, to put one toe over the line and then YouTube punishes you for it.
And there's people in chat too that are kind of on the fence. They're like, this is kind of coming up to the line for me. And that's how I felt when this channel came up too, like when we talked about it earlier. It's for me, this is like that one step that I wouldn't go, like it's just enough to like upset people a little bit. It's clear from the videos that nothing bad may actually be like happening other than just like the obvious stuff. Like should guinea pigs be gently shaken around in a pan and things like that? And I'll let the animal experts debate all that. But that's kind of what you're running up against. And you gotta kind of be careful of that, because like you said, Rob, like community guidelines are a thing on YouTube, and you cross that line and goodbye channel.
So the creator is doing something different, which is winning him the audience. But when does it go beyond different into something a little more sinister? At least in the automation side of YouTube, probably unless you're getting tons of flags on on these videos, or you've hit that problem before. It's an interesting conundrum to maybe face here. Oh goodness. They are cute though.
Yep.
They are very cute.
I would wonder, like, are there other things you could do with your guinea pigs? Like, it's called Guinea Pig Adventures, and you just, this obsession with cooking them. I guess, like, for one video is like kind of funny, but then like when you see how much you're doing it, it's kind of like, well, do you do like things that are more wholesome? Like, you know, there looks like there's some other videos here that might be
a 9 million. Anyway, that was Guinea Pig Adventures. Interesting channel. Interesting channel.
Yeah.
Now let's pick some more interesting channels, but randomly. I got him. I got him. All right. All right. So the CLAAAW here, this is what happens. We check how many people have submitted. We're currently at a number of 539 and 409. So we'll go with the non-gaming number here. We'll go up to 575 and we pick a number. That number is randomly selected for an audit. So we take that number into our form. 511 is a lucky recipient here. And they are called Friend Chip. They do toy reviews. And so that is not what I was looking for. Hang on. Is this going to work?
Bruh.
Yeah, we want the full... Stop it. Oh, look. How would I get this? Would it be user / All right, I've given up. Yeah, I've given up. I've got to pick another number. We need the proper YouTube URL, or else it makes it hard to pick the channel.
Yeah.
So we will choose channel 430. Here we go. We want that sound effect. It's Smart Money Bro.
Bruh.
Thank you. All right, then. 4,000 subscribers. The best person to take care of the old you is the young you. That's a cool value proposition. One mission: help ordinary people be extraordinary with their money. I like that as an introduction to your channel as well. Tells me I'm in the right place for earning wealth. So,
latest
here
video
of dedicated thumbnails and just then taking a picture of themselves.
Yeah, the latest video is title, thumbs up. Thumbnail, huh? Like, where's that emotional pull? You know, the number 2 wealth killer no one talks about. I expect like a graph, like a tease of the thing that it is. Something a little controversial, maybe like some kind of crypto or something, like something that's going to get people to stop scrolling and go, "What do you mean that's a wealth killer?" And that's what's missing in the latest thumbnail. So sometimes you make a thumbnail, and sometimes you don't. But the titles generally seem to be like going in the right direction.
So here's my guess here. Sorry, Jeff. I just want to say this before I forget. I reckon that this creator has these flashes of inspiration. Just, you know, maybe where they're out on a walk and they say, I want to film this video now and I want to upload it. Because you see, in most cases, they're in like a bit of a studio setup, talking head, nice lighting, etc. And then these, it's just out in the park speaking. So I don't know, maybe if he's experimenting with like, can I make the video a little bit rougher, less editing, etc., etc. But that doesn't necessarily translate into a thumbnail. So I think even if they're going to do this different filming style, these thumbnails, which generally look pretty good, you should always wait until he's got that thumbnail to add to the video. Yeah. I'm sorry, Jeff, go ahead if you had any additional thoughts.
No, I agree. You know, that's one of the things where I was kind of not sure if there's a strategy behind why these 2 videos all the way on the left have no thumbnail, if that was a decision that they made, or if they uploaded the video and then at some point they're going to get around to making a thumbnail, or what the deal is there. Because I actually had a creator who was like that. Like, they outsourced their thumbnails, but they would upload a video without a thumbnail until whenever their editor would send them their thumbnail. I'm like, don't do that. Like, why would you Why would you do that? Your video is incomplete, you know, and I had to really rein them in on doing that. And then secondarily, one thing that I did notice is I do like the thumbnail style, you know, of the other ones where he's got sort of like the white text over the red banner, and he's got like, you know, the building in the background, like that stuff, the two people. One thing you'll notice though is that the same person appears multiple times.
Yeah, same face.
Out of jobs, inflation, get ready now, jobs are next. Like, and you know, that's one thing where you kind of have to be careful unless they are talking about that person specifically, then it would make sense contextually because they are referencing this person and talking about something that this person said. Okay, makes perfect sense then. No worries. But if they're not, then that's where I would be a little bit careful with what we're doing here. Yeah, but I prefer this newer style versus some of the older ones because the older ones were a bit all over the place.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's another thing too, like I think that's Jerome Powell is the person in the thumbnails with the creator. I
no idea, man.
I don't know the names of people. That's the problem though. That's my point. A lot of people don't know who that is with you in the thumbnail, but they understand, you know, things like the market flipping. They understand things like, hey, a bunch of people just lost money. There's no jobs. So just focus on that. Like that. I think when I say that, I mean the imagery of the thumbnail shouldn't be of faces that are not generally recognizable, especially you're trying to reach a broader audience, right? So you want to try and make the thumbnail clear for anybody to understand, not just your current audience, which is probably at the more expert level, you know, and they understand who is in charge of the Fed and all that stuff. So, you know, just some tips for you when you do make custom thumbnails to try and like make that imagery more approachable to a wider audience.
Yeah, isn't it interesting how I think they're playing on fear of the feds? The feds are always out to get your money. Do you think perhaps the IRS logo might be more associated, or like is there some imagery that maybe could reinforce it more, as opposed to this person that I think you rightly observed, Dan, is probably not widely known outside of the intricacies of US economics?
Right. If you follow those stories, then you probably know who that is. And someone corrected and said that is Jerome Powell. So yeah, like that's like a certain subset of people are going to be more in tune with what's going on in that world. And then there's people who it's relevant to who are not as in tune. And that's where you come in as the creator. Now you're coming in to bring that information and fill that gap for people who may not otherwise be fully like looped in on the latest events and who's in charge. So that's my advice.
Solid stuff from the channel. We're posting, I'd say, almost every single day. And when they do use custom thumbnails, they are getting, I'd say, at least 400 views per video, generally. And they have this title idea nailed down. The feds. The warning is in a lot of the more successful videos on the channel. So that is Smart Money Bro, or Bruh. Let's pick
Rob,
a,
would you say that using
channel?
a picture of IRS from the WWF days?
Oh, well, I
be
would.
a little too niche.
Erwin I. Shyster, nah, is widely renowned.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I would add Ted DiBiase on, and then you've got the.
How about the Monopoly Man?
The Monopoly Man's a little more, yeah, like people recognize the Monopoly Man. Or Mr. Peanut.
Oh, Mr. Peanut. Right, I've got to pick a gaming channel here. 3, 2, 3. Flashbasher Gaming is who we're going to investigate now. And they have 23 subscribers, so relatively new to YouTube. I'm seeing some roller coaster stuff from presumably the game Planet Roller Coaster, simulation stuff, Farm Simulator.
So simulator games.
They're moving around games a little bit in the same genre.
Okay, perfect. The channel I want you to look at is called Let's Game It Out. Now, a lot of their thumbnails and titles revolve less around the game and more about the chaos that ensues when they play the game. But when I see a bunch of simulator games like this and the games that channel has played for sure, that's what I immediately am reminded of. Now it looks like you're doing things that are a little more wholesome, like driving the open road, thrilling rides, and creative builds, and that's cool. I think you should still do that. But title and thumbnail strategy, like even when you just are not trying to make a mockery of the game, what can you do to make that content a little more enticing? So thrilling rides and creative builds. If I see that title, I think the thumbnail should be even more pronounced in terms of the creative builds part. I want to see a build that I just kind of blows my mind in the thumbnail, because then I can assume you're gonna like kind of show me how you made that in the video. Ooh, should we go to video review mode? So I have some things to say.
Come on. Come on.
Still going. 10 seconds.
Oh, hang on. This looks like it's... Oh, I thought there was going to be some copyright music then. Oh, my goodness. Whew.
Bruh.
20 seconds.
That was timed perfectly.
20 seconds. Okay. We did video reviews before, and the one thing...
No.
Yeah.
So that was my contribution.
The one thing that we saw over and over again was that people who make intro sequences, and some of them much better looking, higher production quality than that, even 2 seconds or 3 seconds of that would have been too long. The video should have started where the 20-second mark was. We're in Planet Coaster, and this is what we're doing today. Get rid of whatever that was, because that is a retention killer. That is going to, like, people finally click on your title and thumbnail that you've worked so hard on, and then they come in and see that. They leave immediately. Like, this is, to me, indicative of somebody who isn't appreciating the time of the viewer. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying that's literally how the viewer is going to feel, because I've come across those, and that's how I feel. Once I see an intro like that, I do not give the video a chance. I leave, and I keep looking for someone who is not going to, for lack of a better term, waste my time. And that's like...
Dan is not happy.
It's rough out here. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be that guy. But today, like, when I see stuff like that, like, I want to help you. I made that mistake. I used to be the guy who made the 5-second, 10-second animated intro. So I'm speaking from experience when I tell you that my retention was bad on those videos. And then I worked so hard on the stuff that happened after the intro, and no one ever saw it because they thought the whole video was just going to be my logo spinning around for 10 seconds. So
yeah, now we have the
my gift
YouTube
to you.
editor, so you can go in and chop that whole section out.
Yeah.
And, that way when people click in, they get exactly what they clicked for right away.
Yep.
Boom. All right. Where are we at? Okay, we're at halfway through the second hour, so I think we should start playing that music, which means that it's time to tackle some more super chats. So let's just play that bit of music.
Just to put a button on my point there.
Yeah, cutting out my intros and endings helped my channel so much. Just give them content. Oh, yeah.
Let them watch videos.
All right, so we have got a super chat nightmare going on right now with 26 of them. So we may be short and fast with some of these.
Also, if anybody sends any more super chats, odds are we're not going to get to them. Just giving you guys that heads up right now.
Yeah.
I mean, so we're actually telling you maybe not to give us any more money or super chats because we might not be able to deal with them. Is it better to be proactive in establishing partnerships with Answer? And I do apologize. Let's move on to the next one. We've already answered that one. Okay.
Oh,
right.
Here we go.
My 6-year-old wants to start a YouTube channel with my help. I'm scared to check that made for kids checkbox. How does your advice differ for kids channels?
Make content. Check the box if it's for kids. Sounds like it would be.
You have to be honest.
Yep. You gotta be honest
with your content. Yeah.
Don't worry about the money stuff right now, because it comes down to monetization. You're going to get so much out of that experience. And as a 6-year-old, they're going to get so much out of that experience from making content and seeing the results from that. That made for kids checkbox is there for a reason. I would not lie ever on that. And, just all the negatives that come with it, push past it. If it is made for kids, be honest and, let YouTube do the rest. The YouTube Kids app is incredible, by the way. Like, it really is a great place for kids to find content. And, I think there's no comment section or anything like that. It's literally just content for the sake of content. Like, if you end up there, it's not a bad place to be.
I would also say as well, I say this to all creators. I think you should spend just 6 months creating content to find out whether or not you enjoy the YouTube experience. And I would just emphasize that even more for your 6-year-old who just wants to try out YouTube. Like, there's no pressure here. Don't look at the views. Don't look at the subscribers. Just enjoy making videos for as long as you can before it starts to get serious. What have we got next? Airsoft University. Is Airsoft education against your terms of audits? I don't think so.
Context is kind of key here.
Yeah.
We'd have to see the thumbnails and such.
But if it comes up, then at some point it's entirely possible.
I'm pretty sure we've audited.
Oh yes, no, we've definitely
Airsoft
done them before.
Channels, and even some gun channels as well in the past when we didn't really have the rules in place. Wolf Emerald 214 is reminding us that coconuts have water in them.
Huh. The more you know.
Disagree.
Bruh.
That. In and on the net fishing. Lovely advice, guys. We audited this channel earlier on. And what I should also mention, that's a reminder, every single channel we audit, I think since the beginning of 2023, is archived. So Victoria, our chief moderator, does an amazing job every single week timestamping, not only in the description, but also in the link in the description, which takes you to all of our previous channel audits. So check them out. And also a shout out to Slavgard, who I've seen here today, Tish as well, doing awesome moderation as per the norms. Severlight Gaming.
Thanks for the review last week. Already started making my thumbnails to be brighter and better for my horror gaming channel. Had help via the Discord server too. Hey, shout out to the vidIQ Discord server.
Nice.
Awesome stuff.
Link is down below.
Hey, yeah, to Karmanga Gaming with the 6 MRY currency. Luna Outlaws Garage. What are your thoughts on using the YouTube promote tool? So this is interesting, right? We got a message from Victoria who's seen this comment in Discord about the promotion tab. And then we said, well, can you tell us a bit more about it? And then they clicked on it and or it disappeared. I've not seen it yet. And so I can't tell you really what it's about at all.
We've had conversations at length about this.
In vidIQ Max.
Yeah. Well, I think what they're referring to is when you go to your video, you go to your channel, on the content page, you'll see a little tab or a little 3 dots, and you click there and you'll see a promote. And that basically is to have you use your video, run it as an ad on YouTube. YouTube's willing to take your money for that, right?
Yeah.
But we've had these conversations ad nauseum about this because it only makes sense in certain instances to do this. If you're selling a product, if you're like literally you've created a video that's a commercial because you're selling a product or a service or whatever it might be, consulting, I don't know, whatever it is, then it makes sense, right? Because of ROI. You're going to put in this amount of money because you're selling a service, and then people are going to click on that. You're advertising it, and that money is going to come back to you. That makes sense. But to use this in order to boost your channel or boost your video, they're going to take your money. You're probably going to get a bunch of views. They don't count towards watch time. And then as soon as you're done paying them, as soon as you turn off the money spigot, the views die, and 9 times out of 10, the video is also dead permanently because the retention is going to be horrible on it. Because it's a video that was never created to be an ad. So
skip ads.
Yeah. So, and that's what happens. And this is why we always tell people, like, unless you're actually selling something, don't use that feature. That's not for you.
It's kind of like when you have an Instagram post and it's like, promote this post. You wouldn't normally click that. Like, I'm not going to pay you to promote this. It's the same on YouTube. Like, it's a very specific use case for a very specific type of creator. Yeah, it's a good way to just kind of buy some views that don't mean anything. And
no watch time. So even if like you were trying to like monetize your channel, it doesn't count. So you can get 100,000 views that you paid for, and none of it counts. So it doesn't even go into people's like watch history. So they don't come back when you upload another video. It's a complete waste of money as far as like you actually trying to get a video out there.
Shan has sent us another $5 Canadian to say that it's pronounced Shan.
Sean.
Thank you for that.
It's pronounced Sean.
I'm reading it as Shan.
Well, that's why they're correcting us. I'm sorry, Sean.
Mr. Guilty with the 100 DZDs. What? There's so many different currencies today. It's incredible. Hopefully all of this is worth millions of dollars in cryptocurrency. Solar Faith with the 35 ZARs. It's incredible. What on earth happened to memes of the week? Our awesome social media manager is yet to experience the thrill of becoming a meme template. So if you followed us a couple of years ago, we would post, I think, on... no, what did we do? We used to do like a freeze frames. Take this off.
Oh, so I was trying to make you full
and then we
screen,
do like some pause. So like I go... And you take a screenshot of it, and then you send it to us on Twitter, and then we choose the best meme of the week. To be honest, it was just labor intensive, and it was hard making that video every single week. I think the music I was using eventually expired, and then was started giving us copyright claims. So it just like we pay. I think we paid for the service, and then we just got copyright claims, and I couldn't be bothered fixing it. So which is why I'm having this random competition where I do like a caption on the community tab, and we do the Twitter competition with Viper as well. So good times, but I think it just had to move on. R3D2 is asking, which form do I fill out if my channel makes real life content and sometimes gaming videos? Well, isn't that part of the problem?
Yes, completely.
Really? I mean,
which one's more primary for you, I guess?
Yeah.
I mean, just hand it in, and when we look at the channel, we'll let you know. So don't worry too much about which channel it would be in, which form it should be. But then we start to ask the question, why are you covering gaming and non-gaming formats? Because that's a completely different audience. Alex Zwerk with the $1.99 there. And we also have Mr. D4T4. I think is this second super chat. It's Mr. Data. Name was taken. Are live streams worth it, even if they have a low attendance, or should I focus on successfully recorded content? Jeff, I think, again, you as a regular live streamer may want to answer this one.
Yeah, live streams are definitely worth it. So here's the thing. As long as you treat them the way that you would treat a video, that's really what it comes down to. You want a live stream for replay value. That's the goal. So you want to go into it with a topic that you've researched. You want to go into it with a thumbnail, with a title that's going to get people to want to click. And when you jump into it, get into the content quickly. Get into whatever is the topic that you want to talk about that day. Get into it fast. And once that's done, feel free to let the shenanigans begin with whoever's there live, right? And then if you want to, afterwards, you can always chop that section out and just leave the one replay section. But this is coming from somebody who's got multiple live streams with over 100,000 views on replay alone. Yeah. One of them was just from 2-3 months ago, 100 some odd thousand views on this one. So if you do it intentionally, it comes down to intent.
Yep.
If you want to put effort into it, then yeah, it can definitely work. It can definitely grow your channel. I know the latest one that I have has 100,000 views, already got me something like 600, 700 subscribers alone off of a live stream. So
I just want to add good titles, good thumbnails, but also planning. If you're going to do a live stream, which is generally longer than a video, like the better you plan that and the more constructed it is, the more retention you're going to have. You get people watching a live stream, it has mid-roll ads. You make way more AdSense on an old live stream than you do a video in that case. So, you know, plan ahead always.
Epiphany, are video tags still important, or can I ignore them? If you make your thumbnail and your title before your video, so that all of that's prepared, then when you're uploading, if you want to spend 20 seconds copying somebody else's tags and then removing the ones that aren't relevant to your video and adding them to yours, or using our tool, which will just give you a selection of tags in 5 seconds, do that. Otherwise, don't worry about them. For shorts, I wouldn't even bother.
Yeah. I mean, the free vidIQ tool will give you the tags that you need, and you'll have them in less than 5 seconds. So this is why, to me, it's a no-brainer to still use them. I let the vidIQ tool show me which ones are there, add them in, and I move on about my day. So,
and SGD currency as well. That's a new one as well. Ali, what's your opinion on short-form commentary channels like Dylan Anderson. I'm inspired by them, but struggling to replicate their success so far. Not familiar with his creator, I must confess. It's always going to be hard to try and replicate a very talented creator in their own skill set. I don't think it's a bad thing to learn skills from them, but eventually you're going to have to find your own voice and angle to these short form pieces of commentary. That's probably why that creator is so successful, because their content is difficult, if not impossible, to replicate. There's
a video we did recently that might have flew a little bit under the radar. It was about kind of the subject of using YouTube Shorts, but it's about hooks. We said hacks in the title, like 36 hacks or 38 hacks or something like that. But go look for that video. It's pretty recent on our channel. And I think you'll learn a lot from that, because it's about like drawing people in that first few seconds. And what you'll notice about all of them is they're incredible storytellers. Even just watching those intros, you'll see they're about to dive into a whole story. And that's the skill set you got to learn. So best of luck.
Profound gratitude. My intro is bad. Should I redo it? Publish again? I think if it was a YouTube Shorts, absolutely, because the solution seems to be, if your short performs poorly, just re-upload it and delete the original one. I've seen that more and more. That shouldn't be a thing, but it seems to be. What I would also say is that if you're talking about your intros as intros, it's probably going to be bad no matter what you try and do, because it needs to be a hook rather than an intro. So if you get that mindset that you're creating a hook rather than an intro, I think it will be far more effective. Otherwise, if it's a long-form piece of content, maybe just, as Jeff suggested, use a YouTube editor and just slice off that entire intro, because it's probably not serving any purpose. Retro Realm, thank you for the $2. Digitally Squirrel.
Is keeping a live stream
up on a small channel a bad thing, since the retention and CTR are low, or should I do it on a separate channel or delete?
No need to do any of that. It lives on its own tab now. So yeah, there's really no need to worry about that at all. I mean, here's the thing. Retention could be low, right? When I refer to those live streams on my channel that have over 100,000 views, retention is terrible on them. Yet somehow still they're pulling in, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views per day, right? And what really affected that was the topic. Do people care about this topic? Does it have a good enough thumbnail? Yes. Is the title good enough? Yes. Those are things that you can still control, right? So if the click-through rate is bad, fix your thumbnail, fix your title. That's the things you can affect. So go for it.
Retro Realm, thanks for the context. I could apply some of this to my channel. You are more than welcome. The next one comes from Ferret Tube TV. Should I put end screens on shorts? As of right now, end screens do not appear on shorts. There may be some sort of interactive way to go to videos in the future. For example, stories have this really nice feature where you can drop in a video, which you can just tap on the screen and it takes you to that video. I still don't know what place stories has in the YouTube world going forward, but there's some nice features in there that aren't necessarily in shorts. But no, don't bother with end screens on shorts. Retro Realm just keeps giving us more money. He just keeps giving us more money. So much so that my Stream Deck isn't keeping up with me. There we go. The AI guy. Hey, dudes, any chance of a channel review for a few tips? I don't know if you hear it at the start, but super chats do not guarantee you a channel audit, because we don't want to create a financial barrier to that part of the live stream service. Qbert, should shorts with 100% retention flatline at 1.3 thousand views? Oh, this is the interesting question, isn't it? When people pin a certain analytic or a number and just assume that the video is going to perform well because of that one thing. If your video is like 3 seconds long and the audience retention is 180%, that might be terrible. You might need 350% audience retention if a short is that low. Also, it's the topic of the short. It might not have the legs to be shared over and over again. What I would say is that seems to be a good number, generally speaking, for a short. Do it again and again and again. And over time, you're going to build up more positive signals for YouTube to then spread out your content to a wider audience. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take a rest for this one, Dan. I'm going to let you answer it.
Borkin Garage says, recently got monetized and just got my first YouTube payment. Just a token of my appreciation for all the help along the way. Thank you very much. Best of luck to you. Miguel says, how does watch hours towards gaining monetization access work on live streams? Got some yesterday, but they're not reflecting the 4K count. They will count, I think, Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the views you get after the live stream is over. And then it takes a couple days to, like, you know, come in.
Yeah, even the hours during your live stream are still going to count towards it from what I've seen.
I think so, yeah. As long as it's public.
Right, as long as it's public and those views come in, right? So, but it doesn't update instantaneously. So don't watch it that close. That's the best advice I can give you, Miguel. Don't watch it that close. Do your live streams, let it simmer, let it marinate. Come back a few days later and, you know, maybe check that number once a week, but don't sit there fawning over it every single minute. Like, bro, just don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Continue with the live streams. They count. So just keep doing it.
More currency from a regular super chatter, NRD Gaming, with some more BYN. Thank you. And I think Retro Realm has just lost the plot completely. Because now there's another super chat. Can I have multiple niches on my channel? You can, but just a general guidance is for a smaller channel trying to find their target audience. They want to try and find that small pocket of people that they can talk to very specifically and very passionately before they start to broaden their audience. So it's a tough one to answer specifically. Does anyone else have a better thought on this?
It's kind of like how you define niche, because like I used to think like a game was a niche, and it's not really the case. It's more or less like having that through line throughout all of the content. Like there's a video coming out soon. It's about gaming channels, but even if you're on a gaming channel, check it out. Where we look at creators who play multiple types of games on their channel, but it's not about the games at all. It's about how they play them. So how do you approach your content that's unique? You know, your audience will start to catch on to that. And then one day you have a video about cars, one day you have a video about cooking, but because of the way you approach the content, people watch anyway, because they know it's not really about cooking. It's more about the experience, the journey, the story, whatever it is you're trying to do.
LOL. $2 that cost you.
Hopefully it was worth it.
I hack for points. I filled out the gaming form. Could you review it again? We don't audit channels based on super chats.
Nope.
Just make sure you're around for the beginning of a live stream to be aware that is. I think that's posted in the description as well. So yeah, sorry that you're
or maybe even read the banner that scrolls across the bottom of the stream. I don't know. Just a thought.
Right, this is the last one, I think. Daryl Adog. Hey, I just got my monetization taken away from me, and they said it's because when I make my shorts videos, I was bringing them from TikTok. So now they said I have to delete all my shorts videos.
It's that watermark.
It's that watermark, man. That's a common beginner mistake. Sorry that happened to you. When you create your shorts, create them outside of the app. So don't make your apps in the TikTok app, or don't make your videos in the TikTok app. Make the video and then upload it to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and that way you don't have the watermark on there. Because why would YouTube want to advertise TikTok and pay you to do that, right? You have to think about it from a business mindset. So that's my suggestion. Moving forward, record them with your phone, and then upload them to whatever platform you want to upload them to.
I think you can get your own videos from TikTok back into your own like workspace without the watermark. Just Google it. As long as it's your own content, I got to stress that. And also, it doesn't matter if it's your own original content uploaded to YouTube Shorts. If it has that watermark on it, that's just a no-go area for you. So lessons learned. What I'm interested in is, did YouTube specifically send you an email telling you that it was about having watermarks on your videos? Because usually they're a bit vague.
Yeah,
they'll say it's like because of reused content or like non-original watermark branding. So I'd be interested to know what the email looks like for that. But don't send it to us. Don't send any public information on screenshots or anything. Oh, he's here again. Goodness me. All right, is this
thanking us for the advice?
I think this is just a cry for attention at this point.
Is this really the last one now? The next one?
For now.
All right. We've only got a few minutes left.
Yeah, 317 subs in only 2 weeks because of you. Keep it up. If my shorts haven't got a lot of views after 7 days, can I delete them and re-upload?
I mean, I don't know if I want to say that's official advice, but that's what creators seem to be doing, and it does have significant impacts on the view counts.
Yeah, but also we've seen it multiple times where shorts that are seemingly dead for days, weeks, or months will get millions of views later on. So this is something we have seen. So just to throw that out there, that, you know, I normally wouldn't give up on my shorts. I don't think you should either. But if you feel like it's gotten 0 views in 7 days, and at that point, I think I would probably go ahead and redo it myself.
All right. Oh, there's another one.
Can uploading shorts damage my normal videos view rate? Are there negative side effects? No. Upload shorts. My goodness. Please don't be afraid of shorts, especially 2023. Upload shorts or don't. It's okay.
Were agonizing over this question for a good 2 years, and then we just started uploading shorts on the main channel, and it's had no impact.
Only positive impact, really.
Yeah, I think our views have increased, but we don't think it's because we're doing shorts. It's just that the quality of our content is getting better. All right, does that bring to an end all of the... That must have been the most super chats we've ever had in a single live stream, which is incredible. And that now means that we can go back to auditing channels, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here going on. It's terrible. What a waste of technology. I don't know why people do this to themselves. Absolutely trash. I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Savage back. I'm like a 10. Look, here's the thing. This is great. I've been gone for a while, and you know what? I've been super busy. I've been super busy programming my fingers off. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Starting today, launching today, Savage GPT has been released, where you can get all your answers through some AI trickery and some stuff. So I've trained it pretty good. I mean, it's still trying to learn. You can ask it anything, and I can get it. I can type it in for you, and then you'll get your Savage answers. Now, here's the thing: it's $29.95 every question, but that's okay. It's worth the time. So go ahead and ask your first Savage question, and I will go ahead and get the Savage GPT to answer. Go ahead and put everybody else back on the screen, because you know we got to ugly this place up a little bit. All right. What's your first question for the Savage GPT?
Do we need like a hashtag or anything, or like just...
yeah, sure. Savage GPT is the hashtag. So I can go and put it into the A of I.
Got it. So hashtag Savage GPT, ask your question.
Ask your question, and I will ask the Savage GPT. I won't even charge you today. We're gonna listen. You get the first one free.
No,
that's how they're
free trial.
That's how I'm gonna do it. First one's free. All right, first taste is free. Go ahead. Ask your first question. Well, I see. Where can I get Savage AI? You got to get it through me. $29.95. That's why, listen, you need these things called prompts, and that's the keys to the kingdom, man. You got some good prompts, you're good to go. John Cena, awesome theory. Let me go and write that in there. Who would win? John Cena or Austin Theory? Enter. Oh, you still live in your mama's basement? You asked about that. Well, there you go. Savage GPT got it right. I do agree with that. What's the next question?
I'm sorry.
Savage GPT, should we focus most popular videos that my audience like? But if it's not possible to make 100 videos of those type, what can we do then?
Okay, let me go into that then. Okay, Savage GPT, should we focus on the most popular audience? If not, 100, enter. Okay, here's what Savage GPT says. No. That's really great. It got right to the point. I love it. It's just sometimes the answer is really easy. All right, next one up.
Oh my goodness.
One more. Let's do one more Savage GPT. Elemental P.
Would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or a duck-sized horse?
Okay, let me see. Would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or a duck-sized horse? Okay, here we go. What the duck? There you go. I don't know. It was every single time Savage GPT wins all the time. Listen, you will be able to get your own version of this. $29.95 every 3 questions. Actually, you know, I'm listening. It's buy one, get one. So that's why I say 3 questions. But don't worry about it. We'll do one more before we head on out for today. Because listen, the AI is.
We've got another 5 minutes, Savage. You're on the clock here. Yeah.
I hadn't really considered that. Okay, keep going. Savage recently short. Okay.
Oh, wait, go back.
Okay, hold on. That's a great question.
Okay, recently shorts, when summed up or formed, can I delete and repost or place in private and reschedule another date? Or I guess for another date.
All right, let me write this up. Let me see. Okay. Here's what it says. Savage GPT, you know, I typed. It takes a little while to type. It says, I've seen your content and it sucks, so it doesn't matter. Look at that. That's great. Savage GPT is great. He knows the answers to everything. That's amazing.
Emotional damage.
Stop it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
All right, can you use your super AI powers to fix my channel? Thank you.
Yes, okay. Let me put it in there. Let's see. What's the name of the channel? Little Mouse Productions. Can you fix my YouTube channel with your AI powers? Okay. Enter. But look at that. It looks like Mr. Beast's channel now. That's really kind of crazy. Oh, no, that is Mr. Beast's channel. Oh, it actually got so bored of your channel, it started watching Mr. Beast. That's something I can't believe. It actually turned the channel on YouTube. I've never seen that before in my life.
Stop it.
What is going on? Oh, no. It's insane. The Savage GPT is in the house.
What is with the voice changers?
I've not got the voice changer on. I've just left.
Yes, you do. You have it on.
Yeah, it's on.
It's definitely on.
All right, yeah, maybe it is on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
We've got another 3 minutes of this.
You know,
How to complete 4K watch time.
Oh my goodness.
do 1080p watch time 4 times. There you go. Pretty easy there. That's a nerd question right there. That's what that is. All right, look. Here's the thing. I'm going to be unveiling this at VidCon and VidSummit because why not? They got a lot of money at VidSummit. You know I'm going to go there and fleece all them guys because they all the big YouTubers. I think it's important that at this particular juncture that we go, thank you all for joining us. And sometimes we leave a minute early because that's the real savage thing to do. But I do want to give them the code. I do want to give them the special code for the Savage GPT. I can do that if you want. You want to put me full screen? We can do that. It's kind of a long code, so you're going to want to write this down. Ready? It's hashtag 273-894725. That's also that last person's social security number. So go ahead and put that into your YouTubes, and you'll be surprised what you end up with there. Okay, everybody, bye.
Are we supposed to quit the stream now?
No.
There's
another 90 seconds left. Savage, I know you haven't frozen because I can see the lights flickering in the background.
Hurts my ears.
All right, we're done with him. We're done. Well, that was a good set of channels we just audited over the last 10. I think we did like 20 minutes of super chats and then Savage. What has this live stream come to? I don't know. I do not know. But it was fun, right? I had fun. Dan, did you have fun?
So much fun.
So much fun. Jeff, did you have fun?
Absolutely.
I was hoping for a sound effect there, but that'll do. That'll do. No, he's not going to play one. I thought he was really going to play one. No. Thank you.
Here's one for you.
Yeah. Hey. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for this very entertaining vidIQ live stream. We hope you found 90 minutes of it useful for channel audits and then lots of super chats. I'm looking forward very much to more Savage ChatGPT. I may even do a 1 hour special of that because it's quite possibly the funniest thing we've ever had on the channel. We're getting more super chats in as well, which is amazing. If you do think we are useful YouTube educators, I don't know how you would feel like that at all after this live stream. Make sure to subscribe and watch all of our videos. Join vidIQ Max for education on the next level. If you can't afford vidIQ Max, then type in vidiq.com/generate to start planning videos for your content. Jeff, pleasure as always to have you on board. Dan, you have the final words, and those words are...
I want to thank Jeff for all the copyright claims.